welcome back to Ripley Hour, and today it is time to do a review of our Rokr Green Gift Factory build that we have recently put on channel. So as you can see, everything's working. We've got our little fireplace down here, and the doors open and close, so it's kind of cool. They both open. Can't do it from this angle. Oh, and it does have like a little handle. They both open. They really do. Come on. That's one closes. So you can see inside there, including the little things on the thing. There's a little bit of light bleed I can see underneath here when I'm looking at it now. Then on the back, obviously we have where our USB goes in, and we have our little girl, which this is a manual, so she pops out. Let me see if I can do that better on this side. Ooh, hold on. Get a better angle on this to show you guys. She goes in. Ooh, terrible angle for me. And out. And then we have, of course, the tent this way because of the wiring, our Christmas tree going around, which works perfectly, and including the star at the top there goes around lovely. So now this review was actually really hard for me, to be honest with you. It's hard to find fault with it. It's a beautiful model. I really love it. Oh, other thing you can see, by the way, on the back here is the guy peeking through the window. The same with on the side there, the guy at the top, little elf at the top there, poking through the window, and you can see through this window down here the mechanism working as well. I mean, how cool is that? Anyway, like I said, this review has actually been a pretty tough one for me. It's hard to find negatives on this, so most of my negatives, when I get to them, are actually very minor. So let's move right on to our first positive. Let's start that way, that's a lot easier for me. Sorry, she just finished eating and needed to be rewarded, and I do like to reward her because she's a little bit monkey. I also love that conveyor belt, by the way, with the toys going through. So thought out, such a thought out process. At the end of this review, I will put the music on so you can hear it, and we will play out with that music on. So just don't want to be talking over it. Alright, number one, let's see. So I am literally in love with this model. It will take pride of place over the season. I think it looks delightful. I love all the touches. I love the fireplace room particularly. The tree is pretty good too. Glad I did a little bit of painting on the edges of that to take that out. Maybe could have done with a little bit of painting on this, on the back of these toys going around the conveyor belt to make it look a little better. And you know, maybe, but overall I hardly did any painting, but what I did do, I was quite happy. I was quite happy that I did do the painting of the like at the top here where I did the berries and the holly leaves. Quite happy I did that, but you know, like I said, I did very little painting on this one. I didn't really feel that it needed a lot. I know sometimes models do, as you've seen on some of my other videos, but this one in particular I don't think really did. I've been very, like I say, really happy with that. I think it's incredibly cute. I love the fact of how much is going on here. I mean, I find it fascinating, let alone if you had a younger person watching. I can imagine them being totally blown away by it, or an older person of course as well, because there's so much movement, lights. I mean, you've got everything in this, including the music of course. So I think it's lovely. It's interactive. You've got the little doors you can open on the fireplace like I showed you earlier, and you can see there, and then you've got a little girl at the back here that you can do. She's still a little on the stiff side there, but nevertheless it is so very cute. They hide the motor with that little decoration on the back, so you can't really see that, and everything works well. And that's my first point, is I think it's beautifully designed. I really I love it. I mean, I am in love with this model. If you'd be in love with the model, but that's where I am. Alright, so the second one is, let's get this book, is it has a parts list, plus most of the pieces have you know, so literally down here it says which numbers to do, what to pull, so you can know which ones to pull and what the next steps are. Most of the pieces, not all, but most of the pieces have numbers on them, so you can't muddle them up. A lot of them have that they only go in one way, which is helpful for me because you know what I'm like. And obviously I pay attention to things like, you know, where the tops are, and where it's flat, unlike what I did on the fireplace. I had to redo it. But the point is, you know, it is there in black and white. It's just that I failed to to look at it. The other thing with this, I had a lot of spares on it, which is really handy, including an accordion piece for this piece right here on this corner, going around here to the light. So if you break it, that was good. Unfortunately, the breaks that I had, there weren't spares, or some of them were, and then I still managed to break the spares. So, you know, I'm not obviously the most daintiest of model crafters here, but I just put it down to my hands have issues, so they can't be controlled as to when to put more pressure on or less, and they seem to mess it up in some ways. But you know what, it ended up fine, and it looks great, and you can't even see I don't think where the breaks were, so in that way I'm really happy. Number 3, oh, and that was, sorry, before number 3, so that parts list makes it so much easier. If you've got a parts list there, you can go and pull those pieces, you know it's going to be used in that. If you come to the end of that section and you've got parts over, you know you've messed up, you've missed a bit, and just really handy having them labelled means you know which ones they are, and a lot of them you can put the numbers on the back, not on like these ones here, but you could put the numbers on the back as well, and you wouldn't necessarily see them. So that point of view, it's really cool. All right, number 3, go into that one. It's colourful. I mean, I did put a little bit of colour in, like I already talked about, but generally if you didn't put that in and you didn't colour it, I still think it looks incredibly colourful. It's bright, it is Christmas themed. You do have your tree, it is green, it's not just wood colour, which is, you know, like some models will do, is they just do wood colour and not put any colour into it. This is well thought out. I mean, they put colour in it in all the right places. I mean, just the fireplace alone, the little chimney, and things like that. I mean, how awesome is that? The even down to the top here of having I actually don't know what they're called, but just it like finishes it off so very well thought out, nice and colourful. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's you could tell that, I'm sure you could tell in my voice that I am so happy with this model. Number 4. It does have music. Let me give you a quick listen here. So I don't like talking over it, but I will play it out at the end. Okay, so it has music. Ooh, where is that switch? There it is. It also has lights, as you can see, so it lights up this particularly well. Unfortunately, the lights around here don't work as well, but that would be more on negative, although I haven't put it on my negative list because I don't think it's that major. It does reflect down into the tree, which is what I think it was meant to be doing, so it lights up that tree quite well from the top here. So I think that's the purpose of those lights, which went around here on the inside, and then of course you've got the cover, which means that it's not right in your face. So I think that was the purpose of it. So I think from that point of view it was good. So it lights up well, even as far as our little Santa in the window here. I mean, look how nicely lit up he is. No, not so much, but that's okay. And the fireplace, of course, like I've said many times, I think it's an absolute delight. And this guy up here even is also lit up very well. So I think the backlights and things like that work superbly. I mean, it's delightful, it really is. So, and it's USB powered. I mean, you don't have to worry about batteries, just have to have a USB that works. I mean, as you saw, every time I seemed to try and test it, I had to move my wire around, but I think that's on the wire, it's nothing to do with the model. Because all of a sudden I had certain switches that wanted to work, and next time they would work again, and then they wouldn't. It was really bizarre. And of course we have movement, so not only the lights, which look beautiful, but we have the movement, we have the tree moving, we have the conveyor belt, we have the little lift in the front here of moving stuff up, we have that parcel going underneath here. I mean, how cool is that? And I mean, it's just like so thought out. We have the rotation thing up here going around as well, which looks like it is pulling things up into the conveyor belt. I mean, it's clever. It's very clever. So that was number 4. Number 5. So there really wasn't any glue to use on this. I mean, it was very little, if there was any, and most of the glue that was used is because I did have a few breaks. You know, you've seen the videos, so you know I had a few breaks. Can't hide it, and therefore I needed glue. But generally, you do not need glue for this. Most of the pieces fitted very well together. Some were very difficult, like this one. I found particularly hard to put in place, and could be many reasons for that, and I ended up losing one of the pieces here to Puppy. She had her feast. What can I say? So from that point of view, I think it's absolutely it's great. I mean, you know, any models that you don't have to use glue for every single piece is a plus, right? Who wants to get glue on everything? But that was on me when I did have to use it. Okay, so that is my top 5 things about this model. As you can hear, I'm absolutely delighted with it. I mean, it's I'm sure you can hear it in my voice. I am really happy with that. I think it was so well thought out. Recommend it. It is about £45, almost £50, I think. You can get it on Amazon. Pretty sure you can get it on Temu, although I don't think it's much cheaper. I actually got mine direct from Rokr themselves. It takes a few weeks though, so do bear that in mind. But anyone who wants to do this, I'd recommend it, and you can get discount codes with Rokr, by the way, so worth doing. You might be able to get like 10% off or free shipping or something, but like I say, well worth doing. I had bought mine months ago, by the way. So I'm not sure what prices they are today. Alright, let's go on to, so let me give you a summary of this, and then we will go on to the other side of it, which are the cons of buying this model, or the negatives. Okay, so like I said right at the beginning, finding the cons for this, the things against this model, was actually really hard. It was a delight to build. I couldn't really put it down. It was I'm doing a summary now, aren't I? All right, let me do these negatives, but like I say, you know, they are minor. Right, let me see if I can even read my writing. Like, some pieces could have been double-sided, like the sign here is a classic one. You've got nothing on the back here. That would have been nice. There's another sign somewhere, can't remember where it is. Not that one, that is this one, I think. That doesn't have any decor on the outside either, on the back of it. So some of the pieces would have been nice to have had some decor already on the back of them. The pieces going around the conveyor belt on the back here, which you can see, and they want you to see, because otherwise why put a door back here. Those are plain wood, as you can see going around now. And they must want you to look at the back, because they wouldn't have provided this, so that would have been nice. The box that contains here doesn't have any colour on it really at all, but I'm actually fine with that, other than the handles, and I could have done those in a different colour if I wanted, but black's fine. But generally, yeah, that it's minor. And this is, there you go, not quite in as much as it should be. All right, number second. Now this is a downside to it. There was not enough wax. They provided one strip of wax. There was a lot of wax in that needed doing. It was not enough wax. I ended up using, when I had a problem with it, and I took a lot of it to parts and then realised I didn't need to. But I did apply more wax to that. I had to use another block from another set that I happened to have, and they just did not provide enough block wax. On other builds that I've done from them, I'm pretty sure when there was as much as we needed on this one, that they provided more than one block. So I don't know. I don't know what happened. Not main. Well, I mean, it's a major thing if you don't happen to have any wax. And even though I said in the video about candle wax, I'm not 100% sure you can use it. I've never tried. I would guess you can. I've got some very smelly wax, which is clears your nostrils, I can assure you. But anyway, you can brush that on the cogs as well to make sure everything works smoothly and quietly as possible. So that definitely was a downside. That was an oversight from their point of view, was how many things needed wax in, and they didn't really provide enough. All right, number 3. And it is minor. Our little elf, our interactive elf, it would have been nice, and I don't know how they would have done it, but it would have been nice if that door opened and closed on its own, rather than manually having to move it like so. It would have been nice to have had something which caught the little tab at the bottom here, to have opened it. I don't know how they would have done it, and it is very minor, and it is still a very cool feature. I mean, the fireplace one, yes, it would have been nice if that light behind the fireplace was a bit more flashing or something, so it looked like the flames were moving. Minor, but it would have been cool. Number 4. Some of the pieces are incredibly tight to fit. What on earth did I write? You need them to be a tight fit, so it's fine to have most of them like that, but some pieces were so difficult. I was putting almost all my pressure on it. I'm surprised I didn't end up with more breaks than what I had, but most of the ones I had was definitely through my own failings. Well, all of them my own failings. Like I said, this I found to be an incredibly tight fit. I don't know why, but I did. And other pieces were just a little bit tricky to maneuver, but not too bad, right? Alright, number 5. Some steps are tricky, like putting the light wiring together inside. That was a bit tricky. It was wasn't overly clear. It was clear enough that I could get it done, but it wasn't the clearest I've seen on light placement in the world. And also, like the tree, you saw the video, I had terrible trouble with putting this tree together. It didn't explain it. It took me to put it on the bottom and build it upwards, which you're not meant to do according to the instructions, but that's what I ended up doing. That's how I got it to be 6-sided instead of 4 that I was trying to do, because I thought that's what the instructions said. So that was, it could have been a little bit clearer that it was meant to be 6 branches going outwards rather than 4. I thought they had 2 next to each other. I mean, it doesn't make any sense now I think of it, but at the time it did. It took me a whole video just to do the tree, and I'm sure you guys were probably bored to death, but hopefully you'll never make that mistake again, so you won't have the same problem. And that's it on the negatives. I mean, like I said, a lot of them are very minor. I mean, the wax, sure, I mean, that's rather an oversight not to have more. Oh, it turns off if you don't do anything, but what happens is the lights still stay on, just the movement stops, and that's just me not touching it for now. So if I turn it on again, it starts working again. So a little saver. Of course, the fact that the lights stay on, I don't know how much it's saving, but I guess with the movement, maybe it's not wearing out the cogs or however that works. So let's go into my final thoughts on this. As you know, I mean, I absolutely love this model. I think it's beautiful. I really find it great to watch. It will take Pride of Place this Christmas for viewing, and along with my Christmas village that I normally put up every year, and my other Christmas models, which are a lot of Rokr actually. I got the tree one with the Santa going around the top. These will probably be almost next to each other. They're both USB powered, so it makes sense for them to be close and be like Sue. Okay, so I had, if you watched all the videos, and hopefully you did, I did have quite a few breaks. I did manage to repair them. Some had spare parts on the ones that I needed. Unfortunately, like the top here, one of the spare parts that I pulled out, then I went and promptly broke again. So it was like, but nevertheless, it wasn't on them, it was on me. But you know, for clarity, yes, I had a few breaks. It was not clear cut as far as breaks go, but fortunately they went really well together. I had a break on this top part. Not sure I even videoed that. I think when I was struggling to put it in, it caused a little break, but it wasn't anything major. I think it was down on here actually, but it wasn't anything that couldn't be repaired. But like I say, overall I'm so happy with this model. Even like the little exit sign, it's got an exit sign right above that girl. I mean, it's just so much detail, you know, and I love it. Right, so that's it from me on this. I highly recommend this, guys. Honestly, if you want a fun, it was so hard to put down. I mean, I recorded several days on a day that I had time to do so, all in one go, because I just couldn't put it down. It was one of those I loved from the day one on this build. It was so infectious, almost. It was, gosh, addiction's gone wild. Okay, so please do leave any comments. I very much appreciate them. We'll always get back to you. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate every single one who subscribes and interacts with the videos that I put up. Offers, you know, suggestions and questions. I appreciate them all. Not that proud that, you know, far from proud that I can't take suggestions of things either. So take care. I'm going to say take care of yourselves, but now I'm going to play that music out. So I don't want to be talking over it, so I'm just going to let it play. Take care of you. That is the most important thing. And here we go. Let's have some music. Bye-bye, everyone.